What is going on, guys, and welcome back again to Night City. Whether you're a returning player or you're a new player coming and diving yourself into the world of Cyberpunk, I want to welcome you guys, and boy do we have a ton of content here in the channel. But I wanted to bring an update to the best guide you will find on all the internet for Cyberpunk 2077, giving you guys the ultimate guide of everything you need to know about the game before you start playing, after you start playing, and everything in between. So if you guys like the way that sounds, let's dive in and talk about everything you need to know about Cyberpunk. So to get this started guided, I'm gonna pretend like you're new, and I'm also gonna say stuff for returning players that you're gonna wanna make sure you watch as we get closer to the end. I will definitely timestamp everything for you guys so you guys can go by this really quickly. So with that being said, let's talk about the first menu you're gonna be presented to. So let's start off a new game. We're gonna start up a new game here. And the first thing that's gonna be presented to you guys is being able to select the difficulty level for the game. Before you get trigger happy and pick easy, normal, hard, very hard, I want to make sure you understand something about this particular game. You're going to notice when you look at this menu, there is a little bit something different with the one that says hard. As you guys see, there is an official barcode there. Now, what that represents, guys, it means it's telling us that this is the intended difficulty level that they meant the game to be played. So I would highly recommend, if you want to experience what Cyberpunk is meant to be felt like, pick hard mode. Now, if you've already picked easy mode and normal mode, don't worry about it. You can change that within the menu. And if you still find the game a little bit too difficulty and you're playing on easy mode, wait till you hit level like 20, 25, switch it to hard, and you guys will be completely satisfied. Trust me on this. You guys definitely want to play this game on hard or very hard. The game is definitely not that hard, so you're definitely going to want to make sure you give it a try. So after you select the difficulty mode, now we're presented with our second decision we got to make in the game, and that is selecting what type of street option we like. What type of path do we want? All right, so now it's time, guys, to pick your life path. Now, before you just click on the one you like, first suggestion I would do is look at the clothes they're wearing, look at the body that's going here, and pick the one that you feel is more drawing your attention. After you do that, don't click yet. You guys are definitely going to want to read the flavor text, because the flavor text is going to give you a little bit more of a background of what that particular person plays like. There really isn't that much of an exception on how these play. The only biggest difference is that each of them will start the story differently and in different locations as well. Plus, you will have different dialogues for each of them. So basically, guys, if you want to go stealthy, play corporal, and get a little bit more of a kind of raw feeling of what the series in Netflix feels like, you're probably going to want to go corp. If you want to be a kind of a well-rounded character, you're going to go street kid. If you want to be a little bit more tanky, you're definitely going to want to go nomad. That's kind of basically the way it breaks down based on playstyle. But overall, in general, guys, I did want to make sure I give you guys the heads up on how you want to play. And of course, like I said, each of them will start differently. All right, so now that you made the selection, let's go ahead and talk about the body types. Of course, you're going to want to select if you want to be male or female. We're going to go female. Now, with this, guys, you're going to have different attributes of picking your voice, your tone, your skin. Of course, for video purposes, we're just going to go hit next. All right, so after you did the customization, guys, you're going to go ahead and do the customization of the attributes. Now, this is going to be very important, because this is going to determine your starting points that you want to invest points into heavily. I'm going to give you the suggestion I recommend, because it's going to make your life easier in leveling up. Because for me personally, leveling up is the main thing when it comes to the game. You want to get high level as quickly as you possibly can, but you guys could choose dependent on whatever your playstyle is. So here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and break down exactly what's going on. So for body, that's going to be primarily dependent on your stamina. I'll give you guys a little bit more breakdown once we get into the main menu. Intelligence is going to give you a head start when it comes to making your path a lot easier in this game, and I would highly recommend you spend a lot of points in intelligence, more than any other ones, especially when you're starting the game. It'll help you level up a lot quicker. Then we have reflexes. Of course, that's for agility and movement. Then we have technical ability, of course, once again, breaking down into the kind of crafting and all that good stuff. And last but not least, guys, we have cool. This is going to pretty much a all-around skill tree. So I would personally spend in intelligence and technical ability, and then probably put one in body or reflex. But that's up to you guys, the way you want to spend these points. I'm just going to go for video purposes, guys, and I'm going to dump all my points that I can into intelligence, all my points that I can into technical ability, and of course, I have one remaining point, and we're going to put that into body, and then we're just going to hit next. And now we're good to go, and it's going to set us up, and we're ready to kind of go ahead and confirm everything that we just went ahead and created. All right, so after you guys complete the mission, then you're going to be getting access to the menu. I want to hop on my main character, and I wanted to show you guys the 4 different types of menus you're going to have. The first thing you want to make sure you guys understand is crafting is very important in this game, and we're going to go into that in just a little bit. We have inventory, that's what's in your backpack and your cyberware. You have the map, which we'll talk a little bit about right now, character stats, and journal. Journal is going to kind of keep track of all your missions and all that stuff. So let's pay our attention to the map. So the map is really important that you understand to filter the map. So basically the main thing you want to look for is these icons right here. These particular icons are really important because these particular icons will tell you exactly what are main jobs, what are gigs, where the vendors are at. So all that stuff. So if you select the entire list, you go ahead and select the whole list by pressing X right here, or you could go ahead and do all that stuff. But the main ones you want to kind of focus on, guys, is these yellow ones. These particular side jobs, guys, usually will reward you guys special weapons and special items that you probably won't be able to pick up by buying them in the game. So you want to make sure you guys complete this a little bit later in the game, which I'll talk about how you want to level up with the game in just a little bit. And then you also want to make sure you complete all the gigs available. So if you're coming back, you're definitely going to want to make sure you take a look at this because you're probably going to be missing a couple of these due to the fact that you haven't played the game in a while. So just understand the map and check what items you have available. My main thing is talking about how you really want to approach the game. So how do you want to play this game? If you want to go ahead and get the best experience, level up as quickly as you possibly can, this is the recommendation I'm going to give you guys on doing so. You're going to want to make sure you do the main story and stick to the main story all the way through. By the time you complete the main story, you should theoretically be level 20, 25 if you follow these instructions. Every single time that you complete a mission in the game, you're going to want to go back to your apartment and you're going to want to make sure you fall asleep. Rest a couple hours because what this is going to do, it's going to allow you to earn extra XP. So making you go from one level when completing a mission to jumping up 2 levels when completing that mission. Every single time you do a mission, you're going to want to go to your apartment, rest, and complete that mission to level up very quickly. Of course, I have more fast leveling tips. If you want to see that video, let me know in the comment section down below. Let's try to get this video to 100 likes and we'll put that video out for you guys. So after you guys get done and complete the story and the full mission, you should be level 25, level 20. Now it's time for you guys to do side missions and of course, try to get these weapons. Now, speaking of that, let's go ahead and jump into our character and talk about what you really need to know, which comes to these attribute points that we spent points in when we created our character and how this works. So the maximum level, guys, is level 50. You're going to be leveling up 2 things. Number 1, you're going to be leveling up your character. Number 2, you guys are going to be leveling up your street cred. Now, this is extremely important because these kind of go hand in hand, and I'm going to explain why. Basically, the game allows you to get a total to maximize to 3 different stats. So 20 on reflex, 20 on technical ability, and 20 on cool. Now, you could do any way you want, and you're able to maximize only 3 stats. So you could do 20 here, 20 here, and 20 here, or 20 here, 20 here, and 20 here. Whatever you want to do, you're able to maximize 20, or you could split them and do 10, 10, 10, 10. It just matters on the build you're trying to go for your specific character. I have build guides here on the channel, so you're definitely going to want to check this out depending on your playstyle. Now, with that being said, guys, there's each individual particular skill or each individual attribute has its own skill tree. So for example, we look at the body here, we have athletics, annihilation, and street baller. Now, it's extremely important that you understand that whatever value you have in this particular section, that's the same value you're going to have within these options, okay? So for example, if I go to this level 20, you're going to see that crafting is at level 20 and engineering is at level 20 because it matches the value that you have here. So for example, body, guys, let's say you have this level 8 one, you're only going to be able to unlock these items because these other items right here are going to be locked based upon the level you are. So you're going to want to make sure you decide which path you want to focus on to be able to unlock the complete menu. Like if we go to this level 21, you're going to notice that everything's unlocked. But if I go to this level 3 one, only these are unlocked because these other ones require me to actually hit a certain level to unlock them. So it's going to be really important that you focus on your particular playstyle. And of course, you're able to reset the perks as well. They cost a little bit of money, but you're still going to be able to reset those perks. And of course, you're able to reset the attribute points as well. Now, if you guys would like a more in-depth guide about this particular menu and what exactly benefits you get from leveling each and every one of them, once again, guys, let me drop it in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to put that video for you guys. Let's get this video to 100 likes and make that happen. I don't want to go too much into depth because I don't want to make this video too long. But I did want to give you guys the basics of how the leveling system works so you guys can get a better idea. All right, so that for you guys who are returning players and new players as well, there was a lot of changes that happened to the game. No longer do the gear and weapons kind of matter into maximizing a certain build priority. What you want to do, guys, is whenever you get gear, you're going to want to make sure that your particular gear, guy, is being equipped based on the highest level of that specific gear. Now, one important thing that I want to let you guys know, and why I said you need to complete the story first, is because you want to hit the max level as high as you can, because weapons and gear drop on the level of your character. So if you're level 20, you're going to be getting level 20 weapons and level 20 armor. And that is important because there's certain weapons that you're only able to get through side missions, and you want those weapons to drop with the highest damage value. So you want to make sure you get those as quickly as you can. So once again, guys, for your armor, you want to make sure you just prioritize the highest level one. And for weapons, guys, you want to make sure you prioritize, of course, the highest level one, the one with the highest damage and the highest attribute, to make sure you guys are doing a good job. Now, in addition to that, in addition to the weapons, in addition to the gear, you have stuff which are called cyberware. And cyberware, once again, is extremely important because it's going to enhance your playstyle. Basically, the most important things in this particular area are not so much these other things, because that do enhance some stuff, but the ones that really play an important value are your legs. These are going to give you the ability to actually double jump, float in the air, hover in the air, based on the the item you equip in here. And of course, I have guides on where to get these items. Your arms are also going to be very beneficial because these are going to give you the ability to actually put a projectile launcher, put some mantles in here. So you're going to have to find these, but you're going to be able to equip them as well. And last but not least, the other really important one, guys, is this one right here, which is going to be your vision. This is going to increase your crit chances, which is extremely important, especially when you're using weapons. And of course, you have your hands and your smart links. Other than that, everything else does help a little bit when it comes to crit chance and stuff like that. But the main thing you want to do, guys, is you want to make sure you kind of focus on these three main items, which are going to give you a ton of benefits when playing the game. The operating system is actually pretty good because it's going to give you a couple enhancements based on the one you have. For example, this one gives you a slow time to 25% for 16 seconds and a cooldown of 30 seconds. Plus, it also increases a lot of stuff like crit chance and a lot of really good stuff as well. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you pay attention to your inventory when it comes to the cyberware. Now, that should get you started in understanding how the game works if you're a new player. But if you're a returning player, you're definitely going to want to check these additional features and additional patches that came to the game, so you guys know exactly what you're going to be getting yourselves into and what new stuff is available for you guys to pick up. With patch 1.5, we got additional content, like for example, No Place Like Home, Mirror Mirror on the Wall, the Banking Sale of Wilson. And we also got important changes that require your attention, which is the reassigning perk points, reassigning clothing mods, fixer gigs, weapon balancing, economy, map improvement, story and interaction, reject and holo calls, improved driving. And we got some life in Night City as well, which is traffic behavior and crowd behavior. That was for 1.5, so if you're returning back, you probably don't have that patch and you're probably going to be installing it. And in addition to that, we also got patch 1.6, which gave us the ability of getting the Here Kitty Kitty Say Cheese and the Neo rims for motorcycles, plus other changes that were improved, which is the changes and improvements of your appearance and Ripper Dog clinics. And you cannot change Night City, but you can change your hair. So the ability to change your hair, those are the patches for those of you who are returning back. Now that's pretty much the patches, but you also want to take a look at the additional content that was added, which is the Cyberpunk Edgerunner. Left something for you in Night City. We have the Hey V, how about the new gig, new wardrobe features that are available in the game, bad news for your enemies, new weapons that are available, so you're going to have to get more weapons. Of course, you got to keep your eyes on the pointy ends with new melee weapon types as well. We have the mini game, which is the race mini game, the Here Kitty, which is we explained, the motorcycle Neon, the V News, she got a brand new apartment. We could change V's appearance as well. Weapon scopes have been added, muscle brakes, Sodara Polytech Umbra was also added as well. The Budget Arms Guillotine was actually added, and the Johnny Silver photo mode, which is really cool. And then we could have alternative appearance of Johnny Depp, which you could select if you want default or if you want a different one, an alternative or a different one. We got the V's jacket, and we also got the Bandit car as well. So those are the additional features. If you're returning back, there is a lot of content to go through. So make sure you guys actually take a look at all the brand new stuff coming your way. And if you guys would like to see videos here on the channel covering every single of the new content, let us know in the comments section down below. I hope you guys are happy that we're returning to the Cyberpunk coverage. If you are, guys, the best way you can guys show us some love support, hitting that like button, Let's try to get this video to 100 likes. In addition to that, guys, if you want to go the extra mile, do consider subscribing, turning on all your notifications because we cover RPGs extensively. We have a ton of Cyberpunk content, which we will be updating based on the new update of the game and all the new stuff that's been added to the game. In addition to that, guys, if you want to show more love and support, do consider becoming part of the Bolt Nation. It helps us out quite a lot. And if you're asking, how do I do that? Hit that join button down below, pick up one of the memberships, and help us make better content for you guys. I highly recommend you guys check out this attribute video that's going to be popping up in the screen, kind of going over the attributes so you guys can understand them just a tad little bit better. Of course, we will be making an updated version of this video, so if you want to see that one, make sure you guys drop a comment, drop a like. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.